All right. Are you still loading?
Yeah, I can say.
Oh, okay. Okay, so as I said, today we're going to be starting with sum, and sum is used for addition. Like I said, so you want to add more than one this thing together. You want to add a row of contents or a row of numbers together, and you don't want to start typing it one by one. You can use your sum to select them and add them together. So to do that, I'm going to create just a short table, a short content that we're going to use. So let's say I'm coming. I think I should use data here that I can use. No, not this. I'm coming now. Have one decline. Okay, let's use this one. Okay, so as you can see my data here. So for example, now let's say, oh no, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so let's say I want to add like more than, okay, like it is now, I want to add from January to December. I want to add them together for paper. I want to know the amount we printed, we used for January to December. I want to also know the amount of printer we bought or we used from January to December. So I want to add them. I want to add the numbers in them together. So what I need to do is, if to use plus here now, what you need to do is you start selecting the one by one and adding your plus and select another one, add plus. So I guess so. But instead of you can use our sum. We can use our sum and say equals. Sum is a function that we use to add together. So I guess so we can use our form. So to get a function, you type your equals to then the name. So the name is sum. So if I say sum, now I get the sum function here. You can see sum up here. So you can see, yeah. So if I click on this here, I can select the range of number that I want to use. I want to calculate. If I want to select this to this place, to select it like this, and then I can close my bracket and I enter. So it give me addition of everything there. So it adds up from January to December for me because that's what I selected. So it's going to add them up together. Instead of me now doing, as you can see, it's just two numbers. So you have the first one, the first number that you want to add together. Then the second number, this column means that this is not just two numbers, two data that you're trying to add together. There are things in between them. So are you getting it? So the column means, so any function that you're going to use column, that means you can if it's for addition, subtraction, if it's for if it's like if that you can use column, that means you can select range of number, not just one. So you get it. So when you're using column, that means there's a range of number in between that, not just two numbers. So I get it. So there's a range of in between that. If I press enter now, I get my answer. So what I just need to do is bring this down here, and I can get the remaining for the printer and the folder. I mean, the Melian folder. So the next thing I can do, I can also do this another way. I can do the calculation. I can come here. So up here, if you look at this place, I have insert function. So this is called insert function. So basically what we need to use is just helps us to do the calculation faster. We don't need to be typing this in ourselves. You can come here, just click on the one. So we want to use sum, but if you're not seeing sum, you can come up here and type. So if I highlight this, I'm going to remove it and say sum. And I say go. I'm going to get every sum we have. So I have this. So you click on this. So that's what I need. So now select this first number I want to use. This.
Sorry, you need to take that insert again. How do you just take this one again?
Yeah, come here. See this insert function here.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I click on it, it's going to open up the insert function libel for me. So what I need to do is set if it's not showing up here. If you see it's showing on the recent file, we just add. But if it's not showing up, I can just select this and type the name here. To search for the function, it says search for function. So search for sum. Click on this. Okay. Click on go. I'll get the sum, even if it will show now. Show me everything under sum. So I have sum if, some ifs, some products, some SQ. So I get it. All those are some.
Yeah.
Click on it now and click on OK. It's going to open it up where I'm going to put my number in. So it's going to open up where I'm going to put my number in now. So what it does now is I have just the number now. So you see, it automatically selects this row because I'm trying to do so and I'm here. It automatically selects everything here for me. You see that?
Okay.
Everything there for me. like automatically, but I can just do it myself. If I click here, if it does not select it, I can select it myself. It's just the same thing. It's going to do that same thing, but you already did it for me before, but I just want to redo it so you can see it. Without doing that now, I can bring this down. So automatically it will give me the answer. If you look at this down here, you see, equals to 571.
Okay, so what did you do that time? You erased it and typed it yourself in case it's not there, right?
I erased it and selected it myself. What I did here is just click here. You see?
Okay.
So I will be able to select it out. I'll be able to go outside and select what I want to select.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So when I'm done, just click down here and so you give me the answer already. Equals to
Sorry, my network is going off and on. Can you take this last bit that you did? This one that you erased this one.
I click inside. Just click inside here and erase it. But if you want to select it again, click up here and select it like this. So let me go back from here. I'm going to go back to the insert function again. So all I need to do is come here, select the insert function. Then here, this one because we want to search for sum. So sum.
Okay. Right.
So then here you click sum here. So just select the sum that you want to use and click on OK. So you have it. So automatically it will give you the calculation of that row that you are in.
Right.
So I get it. But if you want to remove it, you backspace. Then click on here, select the number you want to use. So select this, click down, and I have the answer already here. Equals to 5,771.
Okay.
Yeah, so click on OK, and the answer will be there. So if I can just drag down, I get the answer for the remaining one.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the sum. So we can do that. We can also do it another way. We can just do sorry, let me delete this. We can do auto sum. So if I click here and I click on auto sum, it automatically help me sum that row that I'm on, and if I click enter, it gives me the answer.
Okay.
You can see the auto sum up here.
Yes.
If I click on auto sum, it helps me sum it up. I click enter, and it gives me the answer. So the next I can do it like this. I want to sum this December only. Come down here, auto sum. You see, it selects that part for me, and I click enter, I get the answer. You get that?
So for the auto sum, you highlight what you want first before clicking on auto sum.
No. I just click where I want to add the auto sum from. I just want to add the auto sum here. I get it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Auto sum. It's just going to what it basically does is Excel looks for where the numbers is coming from. You see that down here now the number is no longer coming from the row again. It's coming from the column, that December column that we are in now.
Yes.
So it's going to calculate from that place, and it's calculating only numbers. So it's not going to select the December, the one that has text, just the numbers that is calculating.
Yes.
You get it? So that is why it's going to automatically put sum and then select the numbers that are there for us. So if it was to be here, just say auto sum. So you see, because the number is coming from the row now, you select on the row and give me the automatically.
Yes.
So enter and we have the answer there. So I can come out, remove this. Okay. So the next we have to talk is count. So another function that we're going to talking about is count. So basically, count is used to count cells that contains numbers. So count is used to count amount of cell in a range that contains number. So it has to be from a range. Like I said, it has to be from a range. So for example, now in this our range, we want to count how many cells in that range contains not a particular number, contains number. That is, we want to say that contains number. So to do that, we use our count. To use count, you say, let's say I want to count here now. I want to know how many that contains number, how many cells here that contains number. We know that it's 12, but I'm just using this one. I'm going to use another sheet for example. Let me use this one first. So say equals to count. So if I say count, you can see the count comes up. I can click on count. Then I'll select the range I want to count. So the range of cell that I want to count the ones that has number. So let me say I want to use just this one first. So remember, range cannot be just a row. It can be row and column too. I can select like this now. You see a range. You get it? So my range can so I'm going to select this, and if I click on, I can add bracket, but click on enter, it's going to give me that. So I have 12 that contains number. So I have 12 contains number. So what it basically count does, it does not count the ones that don't contain number. It must, if you put anyone that is empty, it's not going to count it. So I'm going to give a space so that I can add the empty one. If I say equals to count. So with this space now it's supposed to be 13.
Yes.
I can just supposed to be 13, but because there's nothing inside, there's no number inside that cell, it's not going to count it. So it's going to give us 12.
Yes.
So it counts a particular, okay, it counts cells that contains number in a range of cells selected. So
what if it has text? Does it also count text?
It does not count text. Just
okay,
count.
does not count text.
Yeah, so
only numbers.
Let's try that out. So let's say, first of all, I'm going to count this one here. This one that's containing the numbers so that we can see. I'm going to count everything that contains number there. So if I was to count, so that we'll know how many there before we calculate the whole distance. So enter, we have 36. So 36, but I want to remove 36 now, and I want to select everything. So select everything and enter. It's going to be giving us 36 because every other thing there, apart from the 36 that was counted, the one that contains number, every other thing there, it has text or is empty.
Okay.
It does not count empty this thing or the only one that contains text. It just counts, it has to be number inside there. Okay. That's what it counts.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have another one which is counter. Counter. So counter counts every text, every cell that contains number, text, and error. Every text that contains number, text, and error, but it does not count empty cells. The cell must contain number, text, and error. If not, it's not going to count it. So I guess in it. So you must contain number, text, and error for it to be counted. So if I come here, say equals to counter, say it's a count, then A in front of it, that's counter. So if I click on this now, I can select this thing here. If I select this whole stuff here, let's see how many it gives us. Say equals to enter. So I have 51. So 51 now is not counting this one. This one is empty. I selected this one, but it's not counting it because it's empty. So I have 51. Yeah. So if I put something here, let's say items. Let's see, changes to 52 because there's something there now. It is no longer empty.
Yes.
It's no longer empty, so it's going to count that. So if you had an error, like this, we had any error here now. So I'm going to, let me something that will make us get an error. So if I put equals to count the code, so we have an error here now. And if I come here and I extend my selection to N, I want to extend my selection to N4. So N4, that's where my selection is going to go to. We have 53 now because this one, other ones here in this row is empty. This one is empty, this one is empty, but this one is not empty. So it has an error. So it counts name, text, and error, but it does not count empty cells. So it counts name, text, and error, but does not count empty cells.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that. So you can
so this count that we have done, can we also do it the other way we did it with the insert function? Just go there, type insert, count.
You can do it that way. Can do it that way. It's the same thing. Just let me go over it. So just come here. Just okay, you have count here already. If you want to search, just count. So if I want to use counter, come here. I have counter here. If you are specific, it's not going to show you other ones. It's just the one related to that one. If you're very specific, but if I have count only, I should get counter, count blank, and all. You see, I guess in it.
Yes.
So if I click on the one I want, which is counter, click on OK. Yeah, it's going to help me. Now it's selecting from B2. So it's selecting just this row that I have here. So I guess it's just selecting this row that I have here. So, but I want to select more than that. I just want to select everything here. Select. Yes. Select and enter. So I have the answer already equals to 52. Click on OK. I have 52 there because the error is no longer here. I already removed the error, so I have to 52. Okay. Let me go to one. Come here. I want to bring in a bigger sheet. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be using this one now. So then you have another one which is count blank. So we have another one which is count blank. So let's say I want to count Now I want to count a range of cells, but I want to know how many cells in that range is empty. So in that range I selected, how many cells in that range is empty, does not contain anything, that is blank. Right? So that's why I use my count. That's why I use my count blank. So I want to know how many cells there are empty. So I want to use my count blank to get how many cells there are empty. So I'm still going to use, I want to get a shorter distance. Let me go back. Yeah, I'll come back to that one later. Let me use this. Okay, let's use this. So now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything here, but let me remove this one. So so I want to count this now. So equals to, so I want to use count blank. So count blank. So I want to select the whole range that I want to. So I want to use this whole range. So select it. Select it like this and enter. So I have just one. So I have just one blank cell there, which is this one here. So we have just one blank cell there, which is this one here. If I add more, you'll be able to count. If I remove this, come here, minus and enter, you have 2. If I remove this one, you have 3. Like I said, so we have 3 there, so it's going to count that 3 because that's the empty cells that we have there. So it's going to just count that for us. Yeah. So that's how that works. So it helps you count blank. So count cells that contains number. Count blank. Count cells that contains both number, text, text
and errors.
And errors. Yeah. Then the blank counts the blank cells that have in a range.
Right.
Okay. So let's move on. So next we have concatenate. We have concatenate. So the concatenate helps us like join 2 texts together. So let's say we have our first name and surname, they are in different cells, but what we want to join them together in a different cell. We want to add them together in a different cell. Like so we want to add them together in a different cell. Now what we need to do is use our concatenate to do that. So what I would do is I can come. I want to look for a sheet that has surname and first name and last name. Let's check this. Okay, no, let me just create. So let's say first name. Last name. So I have first name, last name, then the one we want to get should be the full name. So one will get full name. Full name. So let me give it name. So Joy. Okay, so this is okay. Let's just different names and okay, so let's say we now want to create a full name. So we have the first name there and have the last name. So we want to create a full name for them. I want to create a full name for them. So what I need to do is use my so it's concatenate depending on the system you are using. So if you are using depending on the Excel you are using. So if you are using a lesser version like the 2010, 2013, 2027, it's going to be concatenate for you. So I guess it. But if you're using 2019, you're going to get concant. No,
right.
you're going to get concant. So say if I say equals to I'm going to see concatenate, but concatenate because you have concatenate, but you see this thing behind it means that it's an outdated version. So we have a newer listing of it. That's why this that stuff is showing behind it. You can see it here now.
Yeah. Yes.
You have a new version, so but you can also use. You can still use it. You can still use the concant. Same, both of them work the same way. So let me say I use concant now. If I select, what I need to do is just select the first text, which is this one, comma, the second text, which is this one. So
okay, you must put comma, right?
Yeah, comma. So enter. I get the John McLean. So it's not really comma. I can use another one. I can use I can just select both of them together, like normal, having column in between. Like this. It's gonna work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this will not work with concant. It's just concant. It doesn't work with concant. I think it's new and it's added to concant. So it's working with concant, but not with concatenate. I get it. So with concatenate, you have to put your comma there. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay,
but
so with the concatenate, you can put it comma.
Yeah, you can put it. Yeah, you can put it.
Does not work with the semicolon.
Yeah, but this one also works with comma and semicolon. So depending on what you want to use there. But the reason why we have to use comma is if you look at this, you see that there's no space in between it.
Yes.
You get it? So to add space, what we need to do is we need to make it look as if there's another text in between it so that you to give space.
Okay.
So to do that, you put the first comma, come up behind the first comma, put in your quote signs, two quote signs, and in between the quote signs, put in a space, then put in another comma again and enter. So you see, we have a space. So you can see the space there, right?
Yes.
So basically what we did is we added the quote sign there to make it look as if there's another text in between there. So right. There's another text there, then we'll add a space to that text using the inside the quote sign. So if you add a space in between the quote sign, it's going to give it a space. But if there's no space in between the quote sign, it's not going to give it a space. So it's just going to leave it like that. So if I leave it like this and enter, it's still going to be that the same way. Are you getting it? It's just join together. Yeah. But add a space there, it shows that there's a space in between this. Do you get that?
Yes.
So this is not just for 2 words, you can do for 3 and 4. So maybe first name, middle name, and surname, you can join them together. Not just 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So enter and have space. Then I can come down here. Give it the space. Bring this down. I have for the remaining one. For Wesley. For John. So everything is brought down for you to the next line. Do we get that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. Then we have another one, which is what's it called? Max. We're going to be talking about max and min. Max and min. So basically, the max is used to get the highest number. So we want to know the highest number. Which one is the highest number in a range? For example,
yes.
Here, coming. So we want to know the highest. When did we? Okay, let's say which one is the highest number in this range here? So I guess so. What I need to do is say equals to max. Click here and select the range I want to use. So I want to use this. So which is the highest number here? Enter. I have 750, which is April. Which is so I guess so we have 750, which is the April. So that's that. So I can do that there. I can get that, and I can also get the mean. So you want to get the mean. So let's say this is max up here. and then mean. So I have max and then the mean. So the mean is MIN. So that's the mean, MIN. So I have max already. So I can do the mean. So say equals to the same thing, equals to mean. So equals to mean. So mean, and I click on mean here. Then select the one I want to use. So I want to use the whole of this. I want to know the minimum number. That's the minimum, the smallest number in a range. So I want to get the smallest number in this range. Enter. The smallest number, excuse me, is, so the smallest number is 150. So I have 150 as my smallest number there. So that's the mean. So I have other ones. We have the median. So the median. So the median is used to get the middle number of a range. So which is the middle number of a range? I guess I want to know which number is the middle number of a range. The number that is in the middle. So to do that, same way, say equals to median. Median, then click on this and then select the range of number you want to use, so you can get the middle number. So sorry, let's stop it. So I'm going to get the middle number of this here to December. I enter. I have, so the middle number is 445, which is our okay. So now basically what it does is we have 12. So there's no basic particular. So what it's going to give you is after the main number, which number is in the mid. So you see you have all this number here now. I guess in it. So I have 50, 30, 30, 310, 150, 750, we have 440. So which number is like in between? So the number in between, we have 450 and we have 440. So which number goes before 450 is 445. So that's the middle number. Yes. Did you get it?
Yes.
What's the middle number? So let's do the same thing for this part. If I just need to just drag it down. Let's bring it down. So we have 57.5. So there's no 57.5 here because we have 57 and we have 58. Like I said, we have 57 and we have 58. So the middle number before 58 is 57.5.
Yes.
Did you get it? So I have,
yes.
So here the middle number here is 130. So basically it gives you the middle, which number is meant to be in middle of these numbers now. So we have, because we have 400, but if you had a number like this now, let's say I had 430. So you see, it's going to give me 440 because that's the number you're going to get before between this and this. So it's going to give me 440. If I say 420, give me 435. So if you change the one that is, so it's going to be changing the number there. So because it's trying to give you the middle number between those two numbers, between those range I have, which one is the middle number? So that's basically what it gets. It gives you the middle number there. I hope you get that.
Yes.
So then the next we have is mode. You have mode. So mode gives you the frequently occurring number that occurs most in that your range. Is going to give it to you. Which number occurs the most in that your range? So let's say I want to go a number that occurs the most in this year. Remember that you press yourself with the more. So say equals to mode. So I'm going to get mode only. So mode, just select this. Come here and so this is December, that's on it. So enter. So the number that occurs frequently is 400 and Let me bring this down. Number that occurs frequently is 450. So look at this. We have 450 here. We have we have 450 here. So the 450 comes out twice. Comes out in January and in November.
Yeah.
In January and then also in November. So with coming out that's like that now, we have our 450 there now. So that because it occurs more. If I put another one, let's say I want to have 420 here. 420. So 420. So 420 now is as big as 450. But you see, like it's showing me just 450. But we have 420 in two twice, and we have 450 twice. So I guess so what it does is,
Yes.
if you have two numbers that occur at the same time, it's going to give you the higher number there.
Okay.
So it's going to give you the higher number. Which one is the higher number? There is going to give it to you. But if immediately when 420 becomes the most occurring number there, it's going to change to 420. Do you get that?
Okay.
So then we have another one, which is what's it called?
Average.
Mode multiple. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Mode multiple. So mode multiple. So mode multiple. Now we have. I want to do it here. I want to use a range of number. I want to use a smaller range. Let me copy it. I want to paste it. Yeah. I want to use this one here. So the mode multiple is basically, I want to know how many of these numbers occur twice. I'm going to use all this thing here. So if I say equals to mode, then I have multiple dot multiple. You can see mode dot multiple. So basically, I want to know how many of this number here, which number here occurs more than once. So I guess so what I'm doing is select this thing here now, and I click on enter. But I have the first one, which is 130. So 130 occurs twice. 1, 2. So isn't it? So if let me change another one. Let me change 150. Let me add 155. So 155 is now because happy to 155. But I still want to get the second number. I just want to get one. I want to get the second number too. So first number. I also want to get the second number that occurs twice, not just the first one. So if I bring this down, it gives me the second number that follows after the 152. The other number follows there. If there are the two numbers that occurs at the same time. So I want to see the two of them, not just one. So using the mode multiple, we're going to be able to see the both of them.
Okay.
So that's okay. This. So the other one, you just see one. If it was the other one, if you drag it down like that, it's going to show you error down there.
Okay.
So because we are using mode multiple, we'll be able to get the first number that occurs frequently and the second number too. So that's that. So that's the mode. Then we have the next one, which is mean. So mean with MEAN. Yes. This mean is basically average. You want to get the average number. So you basically want to use average. So as you want to know the average. So if I say equals to, and it's not here, I have to be using a higher version of. It's not even here. You have to use a higher version. So it's basically average. So this mean is average. I want to get average. If I use average, it's the same thing. So I getting it.
Okay.
So I want to get the average number. So if I select this, so average of this number here, what's the average? It's going to give me the average of that number there. So I guess so we have 510, 450 as above average. So this is the average. So 550 to 510 is above average. 770 is above average. Then below average is from 347, 413 downwards. That's below average. So this is the average number, average of this number here now. If I bring it down, Because the average of the other numbers. Yeah. We have 57, and then we have 132 as average number. Hope you got that.
Yes.
Okay. So that's that. That is. So then we have another one, which is power. So power. So power function, I'm going to, let me just put in small text. Okay. 1, okay, 2. Let me use that different. I want to use this. So let's say I want to raise. So let me show what power is. Power. So you see, returns, you can see the power there. So returns the result of a number raised to a power. You know that raised to power is a particular number times itself.
Yes.
Okay, that's power. So I guess depending on how many times. So if you say raised to power 2, it's going to times itself. Like let's say now have 23. So it's going to be 23 times 23. But if you say raised to power, it's going to be 23 times 23 times 23. Did you get that? So that's both doing what power is. So you're going to raise that to a particular power that you're going to give to it. Okay, so let's say we want to raise every number we have here now to power of 2. So I want to raise it to a power of 2. So what I will do is come here, say equals to power. Select it. And I'll say I will select the number that I want to use. So which number do I want to use? Do I want to raise? So if I say this number, then comma, then my power. So which is this here. This is my power here because 2 is the power. I click on enter. That means 23 times 23. So it's going to give us 529. So you see equals to 23 times 23. Enter. So you see same thing. Click close. So that's that. So if you want to get for the other ones, if you drag down, it's not going to work. If you drag down, it's just going to give us 1 because it's going to be 0 times 1, and 0 times 1 is 1. If I say 0 times 6 times 0 is 1. So this time 26 times 0 is 1. So basically what it is doing is it's no longer calculating. Remember that our base of power is this one here. This is where the base of power is J1. It's no longer calculating. You see, for this one now, it's calculating J2. So this one raised to power J2, which J2 is empty, which is 0. So basically what we're doing now is 1 raised to power 2 is going to be 1.
Yes.
So it's just basically like time slicing. So that's basically what so the same thing is going to be doing for other ones. So basically, but remember, we want it to be raised to power that 2 that we'll have up there. So basically what we're going to do is come up here back, enter first, come here and lock this J2 cell. Now want to lock everything we have on this row here now to this J2 here. So that's what we use our absolute cell reference. So to do that, just come in front and put a $sign, and in between put a $sign. I say in front, behind put a $sign, in between put a $sign. Then enter now, and then bring this down to have. So this one is 1 times 1 is 1. Like I said, 1 times 1 is 1. Then 26 times 26 is 676. So if I let me bring everything. Let me just click here. I'll get the remaining answer. You can see it now. Everything has done down for us. So what we can do, like if you want to change them, just change the base. Change the base to 4. The answer changes. Change the base. Right.
Yes.
3. The answer changes. So that's basically how it works. So that's the power. So there are 2 ways we can do that. We can do it with power, and we can also do it with exponential. I don't know if you touched that last class. We can do it with exponential. Exponential is direction up. I'm going to show you how to do it. To do that, instead of using power now, remove power, and then in between here, in between here, we're going to use exponential. So which is, if you go up in your keyboard, up there where you see number 1, number, not in the num key, the place you see number 1, go to number 6. You see like an arrow on top of number 6.
Where?
You've seen it, right?
No, I've not seen it. Oh, where?
On top of the key, where you on top. Instead of, you know, there are 2 places that there's number in your keyboard.
Yes.
Num key, then there's the num lock, and then there is the number up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that one up, go to number 6. You see number 6 there, right?
Yes.
There's a tiny.
That one that has like a V
arrow.
down.
Is it down or up?
Sorry, a V facing up.
Up, yeah. Like I said. So now if
Okay.
I hold down shift and press port and press that place and press that number 6, hold down shift to bring out. So what I'm trying to bring out is that V. That V pointing up is our exponential.
Okay.
So to bring it out, just hold down shift and press on it. So that is also our power. So the same thing that power is doing, that's the same thing is doing. So this is raising this number will have it to this power of 3.
Okay.
It gives me the same answer. Like I said, so if I change this, press enter, it gives me the same answer. If I let me bring this down, I have that. If I change to, I have my answer. Like I said, so they are the same thing. The power and the potential are the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's power. So next, we can get the square root of a particular number. So we want to get a square root of number. So the next one we have is square root. For instance, we want to get the square root of a particular number. So this is a square root. So I want to get the square root of every number here. Square root is basically the number that can divide this. So I guess in it. Yes. So we want to get the number that can divide this. So basically what I need to do is equals to, I don't need much. I just need to use equals to S Q R T. Select it and then select the number I want. So I want to use this. That's what I want. This number, I want to get the square root of this number. So close and enter. So this, you see, you cannot get a positive number that can divide this. So it's going to give us the.
So I'll just do square root of the number. Square root of the cell.
Yeah,
I'll just do equal to square root and I click the cell, right?
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, so just going to
okay.
Square root of that number inside that cell. So just equals to SQLT. Then select the number and then close bracket and enter, and then drag down. You get the square root of other numbers. So
okay.
Square root of 16 is 4. So we have that. Down. So you have it down. Like I said, so you can get that. That's basically what it does. So you want to get the square root of a particular number and use that to get it. So that's the square root. Then the next and the last we're going to talk about today is count if. So count if. So count if is basically used for counting a cell if it meets a particular criteria. So if it meets a criteria given to it, it should be counted. So I want to count. Right. Let's say now I want to count this cell now. So I want to count in this cell that in this quantity that I have. I want to count the cells of the number that are above 23 or above 20. So now we are giving you a criteria. It has to meet a particular thing before the other ones. The first one is it has to be a number. It meets a criteria actually in the other ones. The first one, which is the count, it has to be a number before it gets counted. So I guess in it. So the next one, it has to be a number, text, or error. It does not count blank. That's the counter. So I guess in it.
Yes.
The other one is it has to be blank, a blank cell. So I guess before it gets counted. But this one, we're going to be giving it the criteria we want it to have before it has to have this particular criteria before it gets counted. Yeah, before it gets counted. So I guess in it. So what I need to do, so now let's say in this I want to get others that are above 20. So I want to get others that are above 20. I want to count, not get them. I want to count how many others are above 20. This is our range here. You get it? So how many others are above 20? So what I'll do is equals to, okay, first let's say, let's write it here. Others above 20. So others above 20. So we need to do is equals to count if you want to count if this number here is, so now we want to get, okay, so we want to first of all get the range we want to use. So no, we are counting, remember it's just one number, we're counting a range, so we have to have a range. So you can see there, count, next thing you get is your range. Select the range you want to make use of. So Control Shift down arrow, no, not here, here, Control Shift down arrow. I get the range I want to make use of. So I want to use this range here, come up back to this range I want to use, then comma. So what is the criteria that is meant to meet? Are you getting it? So let's say I want it to be above. I want it to, okay, let's say first of all, I want to count the one that is equals to a particular number first before we go to the above. So I getting it? So equals to a particular number. So I getting that? I want to get the one that is equals to 20. So which is equals to 20. So to do that, I can say what we need to do is just put in the number for the first one. If you just the one that is equals to a particular number, that's what you want to count. Just put the number after putting the range. Then for the criteria, just put in the number. So the number is 10. Then close bracket and enter. So you have 11 numbers that are equals to 10. You have 11 numbers there that are equals to 10. If I change this, see it changes to 10, changes to 12. So we have 12 now that are equals to 10. Do you get that?
Yes.
So now let's say we want to get what we're trying to get. Okay, I'm still going to come back to all this other one. That one is meant to be the last. That I didn't know I talked about. So let's leave this one here. Let's say equals to 10. That's all we're trying to get here. Equals to equals 10. Equals 10. So equals 10. Next, we want to get the a name. So we want to know how many times what's it called? Charles bought from us. And to know how many times Charles bought from us, we want to have to count how many times Charles comes out in our customer name. So how many times was he repeated in our customer name? So if I say equals to, sorry, I'm saying equals to. I think this one, let me use another cell and do a bit calculation. I'm going to create a new sheet, so just add new. So let's say now I have color name. Yes, I want to use a better illustrative system. Color name here, and I want to pick red, blue, red, green, yellow, red. I guess I have red, yellow, purple. Let's say purple. Purple. So now, so let me see how many times was red come out? How many red colors do we have? So here, how many red colors do we have? How many red colors how many red colors do we have? So I'm going to expand this. So I want to know how many red colors we have. So what we do is equals to. So now this, I can do it here, and I can also do it for my function. Remember, I can do it from here. No, so just search count if. So I'm going to do this from here, but it's basically the same thing. If I can do it from here, I can do it from the same side. So count if, that's what I want to do. So count if, I click on OK. So select the first range. So I want to use this. So how the range? So first is the range that I want to make use of. So the range you want to make use of is this range here. Like I said, this range you want to make use of. So select the range like this. You have the range selected. And now the criteria, what do you want it to meet? So now we want this range to be, a text. So we want to count a particular. So we want to count how many times red occurs, how many times red comes out in our range. So what we need to do now is give it the criteria I want. We want it to get red. So to put in a text, you have to put your quote signs. Put a quote sign. So okay, for this one, you don't need to put a quote sign. Just put in the red. So we need red. I guess in it. So red. For example, now. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's put in the quote sign. So okay, now it's working. So I have to put in the quote sign. Sorry, so they put in the quote sign first. Then now we have red coming out 3 times. If you look down here, you already calculated, for example, have equals to 3. Can you see it?
Yes.
So this basically means in this range of self-selected, how many times does red come out? So I have 3. So because it's a text, that's why we are using a quote sign. So I was thinking that we're not used to use it here. We're supposed to use it outside if you're typing it yourself outside. So I was thinking that we're not meant to use it here because I don't really use this part. I use the normal this thing when I'm doing my this. I always use the quote sign, but thinking that maybe here you don't need to use it. So that's why I did not add it, but I added it now. So you need to use it. So you can add it there because you're trying to add a text. So
Yes.
Number, we do not need to add that because it was a number. So because this is a text, you need to add it to get that particular distance that we need. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay. So click on okay. I have 3 there. So the red comes out 3 times in my range. Okay. So now, what if we want to get how many times does red come out? And also, how many times does blue come out too? Not just red. We want to get red and blue color. So what I need to do is now I already have my red there. I already have how many times red, which is 3. Now to add how many times blue, I'm not going to get the 2 numbers. What I need to do is I can either add the number to the one I already have. Adding it means the one how many times the red comes out plus how many times the blue comes out, and it's going to give me the answer. So if it's 3 plus 1, it's going to give me 4. Do you guys? So it's going to calculate the both of them together.
That's still using the count if, right?
Yeah, still using the count if. So to do that now, what I need to do is I need to put in a plus sign first after this one now. The reason I'm putting a plus sign is I want when it gets this, the next, this one now is already here. And also I want to plus this one I have here, the number I have on this one now. The calculation of this one together to how many times red comes out, the blue comes out. So you see, you count another count if, yeah, you count if, and then select the range again. Then your comma, the criteria should be blue. Okay. Blue, and blue, close bracket, and enter. So you see, it adds it together for me. You have red coming out 3 times and the blue coming out once. So which is 4. You get that?
Yes.
It can also be times, not just plus. It can be times. So you can say times. So just times it. That's what it's going to do. Minus is going to minus it. Times. So 3 times 1 is 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. It's going to give you 3. So if I say minus, it's going to give me 2. Minus, you have 2. So because now blue is minusing, so I guess in it, but plus is always the best. So you want to add them together to get the answer. So plus, and get the answer I am going to add it.
Is there anything like count multiple, just like we have this mode multiple, so that it can give you maybe the first one that comes?
There's a way to do that. There's another way to use count ifs.
Count mix.
Ifs.
Count ifs. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
count.
okay.
Count if with S in front.
Okay,
so
okay.
And do more than one. We can give it more than one distinct criteria. So I guess it has to.
Okay.
Now in that one, it has to meet the both. That's the thing about that. It has to meet the 2 of them.
Okay. Can you give me an example of that?
It has to meet the both of them. Means you are giving it 2 criteria, not just 1 criteria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But the one you want to, like for this one that I want to do that, I want to count how many times red occurs and how many times blue occurs. This is the best way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll do that now. Enter. I have 4 there. That's for the text. So I get it. So then let's say for the other now, I want to count I want to count others above. I can say greater than, or I can say above. I can use greater than. So let's say above 20. So I want to get others above 20. Sorry, 20. If I come here and I say equals to, then I want to select the range I want to make. Okay, count ifs first. Count ifs. Count if. Select the range. So select the first one. Hold down Control Shift down arrow to select the whole range. Then come up. Then comma. So to do the greater than now, we need to put the now what we want to use is greater than. So I guess we want to use a comparison icon, what's it called? Comparison sign to do that. So on our comparison signs, I will have greater than, we have equals to, I have lesser than. So we have greater than, we have equals to, I have lesser than, I have lesser than or greater than. So that all that our comparison signs. So I guess in it. So if we want to compare now, so what we want to do here, we want to compare. So we want to compare it here. So what do you do now? You say, first of all, want to compare when you're using like a formula, like you want to add. You're no longer using just the number now. We're adding a formula to it. We're adding a comparison sign to it. We have to add our equals to. So I guess in it. So if you're just number, just add the number. But because you're adding our comparison sign to it, you have to have our equals to our quote sign first. Then put in the number. Now I want to say greater than 20. Then close it. And then close your bracket and enter. So there's a dollar this thing here. Accounting. Let me change this. So we have 162 quantity, like products that were bought, like our customers. We have 162 customers that bought products that are greater than 20. Okay, so we have 162 customers that bought, that what they bought is greater than 20. You get that?
Yeah.
So that's the greater than now. So we want to get the lesser than, we want to get the lesser than, you can do that. Let me close this. See, order below 20. So orders below 20. If I say equals to, and I say count, if this range of cell, if this range of cell, comma, is now I want to use my comparison sign, so I'm going to use quote sign first, then put in the less than. So I'm going to do less than 20. Close this and close bracket and enter. So this one is still in accounting too. So remove this from accounting to general. So I have 501 products there that are greater than, that are below 20. So 501 products there that are below 20. So I have 501 products here that are below 20. So they are below 20. Did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah, we have 162 above 20 and we have 501 below 20. Do you get that?
Yes.
You can do the one that between. So it's not equals to, we want to do the one that is not equals to a particular number. So we want to count orders that are not equals to a particular number. How many orders do we have that are not equals to a particular number? So if I see here, just put not equal to 20. I want to get the one that are not equals to 20. Others that are not equals to 20. I want to count them. So I'll see equals to count. Then select my range down. Select my range, my comma. Then the criteria now is to get not equals to, the thing has to be lesser than and greater than. Right in it. So it has to be lesser than and greater than, so not to be equals to. So what we need to do is to put our lesser than, greater than, then put in 20, and then close bracket and enter. So this is basically going to give us number that are not equals to 20. You don't just give us the number that are lesser than 20 and greater than 20. That means this equals not equals to the 20 will not be counted. Do you get that?
Okay, that sign there, is it the same thing as equal to?
No, it's not equals. There's no equals to there. What I'm doing is I'm saying I want need to count number that are lesser than equal. I want to count number that are lesser than and greater than. So basically, you can also call it a number that is not equals to 20.
Yes.
It has to be greater than and greater than, but it's not. It does not have to be 20. That's what it means.
Okay.
So it has to be lesser than and greater than, but not 20. That's what it means.
Right.
Equals to 20. So I guess so you put your lesser than sign, it's just going to give you one that is not equals to 20. If I press enter, we have 501 that are not equals to 20. So this goes on and counting. So I guess so that you can also do it in another number. Let's look for another number. Another sheet. So let's count. So not just remember it's a range, not it's counting ranges. So it can be not just a row. So I can use something like this now. I want to count, first to count if. So count if. This here is range. Okay, let me give it a full range of this whole cell. This whole system area. So this one, then I want to get okay. Equals to less than greater than 130. Less than greater than 130, close bracket, close quotes, and close bracket, and enter. We have 16. So we have 1, 2 that equals to 130, and the other one are not equals to 130. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Yes. So we can also use it for knowing how many times we made more than 20. How many times do we use our? How many times how many in which month? Okay, no, not in which month. Let's say we want to get how many times we use or maybe sold more than 700 papers. How many times you sold more than 700 papers? I think it's just once. Let's do another one. So if I say, let's say 400 papers, so I say equals to count. This one is very simple. Count if it's greater than. Count if it's greater than this particular number. Don't know how many times you sold greater than 400. How many times you sold greater than 400? Maybe you use papers greater than 400. I can count. Select the range I want to use, which is this. I want to just one paper, comma, and say the criteria is. Then the criteria is greater than 400. We have 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How is it 8? Maybe the rest of 8. 1. Okay, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 there. So we have 8 there that is greater than 400. Do we get that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So then we can also count by a specific word or a specific letter. So we also count by a specific word or a specific letter. So let me come back to this one. Let's see. So I'm coming to looking for where there is a name. Okay. So let's say we want to count how many. Let's say I want to count in this order. How many times Charles bought from us in the year of? How many times has Charles bought from us? Listen, how many times has Charles bought from us? So I'm gonna say how many times has Charles bought from us? So I'm saying equals to don't say equals to Charles. This the count if that's what I want to use. Count if. So now what we only have is the first name, which is Charles. We don't have the maybe we have the just maybe this Charles is the last name or anything. I want to know how many times name Charles. Even if it's just one, if you just we have more than one Charles, I have like 2. I'm coming, please. I'm selecting on this. I want to let me reduce this so I can see what I'm doing. So this child. Are you seeing it? I think it's too small. Maybe. So you see the Charles there. So I want to know how many times Charles bought from us. So if I say equals to count if, then select the whole range I want to use. This is the range I want to use. So in this range, I want to count. Now what I want to do is I want to count the text, which is child. My network went off. Can you hear me, ma'am?
I can hear you now. You went off for a bit.
Yeah, my network went off.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I was saying, so let's want to count how many times Charles bought from us. So I want to know how many times Charles bought from us. So that means how many times Charles, does Charles' name come up? Does the name Charles come up? So I guess in it. So now maybe that's the name, what name we have. I want to find it. So what we can do is now it does not matter where the Charles is. If Charles is in front or behind, you use something we call wildcard. So wildcard calculation. So what we'll do is we say equals to then our quote sign. So in between our quote sign, we want to know how many times Charles bought from us, right? So what we need to do now is we say put our asterisk. So the asterisk means sign is for the wildcard. So what it basically does is I want to know in these cells which one contains this particular text or this particular word. I guess in it. So for the word I want to get Charles. If I say Charles, and put another $sign in front, as asterisk in front. If I come here now and close my bracket, enter. So I have 4. So it's meant to be 4, but it's only $4 because we are using the come now, put it to general. I have 4. I can hear you.
Can you write that in again? I didn't see where the wild card went to.
Okay, so you can let me do it again. So after selecting the range, okay, after selecting here, now comma, go into our criteria. We put our quote sign, then the wildcard. Because now what we are trying to do is we are trying to get the name Charles. Like I said, name Charles, and want to get it. We don't want it to be in front or anywhere. We want it to be anywhere it is. You should find anywhere it is. So I guess in it. So what we do is our $sign, our not $sign, asterisk. That's your time. So then put in the word which is Charles.
Okay.
which is Charles, and close the quote sign because we want it to be anywhere it is, even if it's in front or behind. As far as the Charles is there, you should count it.
Okay. So the
So
asterisk will come before and after the chart, right?
yeah. So close back, close the quote sign, enter. We have 4. So we have 4 there now. So we have 4 times Charles bought from us 4 times. So now let's say we can also count how many customers there does their name start with C. How many customers there does their name start with C? So you want to know that?
Okay.
Use the wildcard again too. So if I say equals to count if, select the range you want to make use of. Come up, put my comma, and then my comma, and then now, because what I want to get is I want to know the customers that their name starts with C. So the name has to start with C. So if I put in my quote side, now put the asterisk because I want it to start with C. Like I said it. I want it to start with C, put my C, then put asterisk. So I don't mind anything that what this means now is I don't mind anything that's going to be in front, but I want the first thing that's going to be there to be C.
Right.
So I get it. So that's basically what it is. I don't mind every other thing, but the first thing that's going to be there is going to be C. If I close my bracket and I enter, I'll have, okay, this means what? Right. There's a mistake. That's not on this. That's this. Okay, let me try this now. I don't know why it's not working yet. All right, yeah, okay. Let me use, I think I need a longer this time. Uh, where is this now? Yes. Let me use here. Or let me use that red that I did. I think red sheets.
Are you still there? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, were you off for a bit? I couldn't
No,
hear you.
sorry, I went to take water. I didn't know that I was muted. I wanted to take water. Sorry.
I've not been hearing you since.
Sorry, man. Wow.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So let me try that again. I didn't know why it was not. So the count, as I was saying, so if you want to get the one that contains a particular text, I get it. A particular text, a particular. So one
Range of
E is the first letter there. Second thing, the one that E is the first letter. We want to get that. So what we need to do is select the range first, or R. Let's say R because of the red. Let's say R. So select the range of this thing there. Put your quote sign, and then because now one need to be E before the one. Okay, one need to, E to be the first this in there. So I get it. So one E to be the first this in there. So what we need to do is you want to put your your E first, then your dollar sign, then your that's a dollar sign. So don't worry, why
asterisk.
asterisk. So I guess in it. So your E first before your asterisk. So if I say, so I'm going to be using R instead of E. So say R here, then my asterisk, then close my dollar sign, and then quote and enter. So I have 3. So I have my 3 here. So now what it basically means is I want every cell here that the first letter in it is R. So I don't mind any other thing that's going to be there, but the first letter there is going to be R. So we have 3, which is red, red, and red again here. So 1, 2, 3. Do you get that? So
Yeah.
working in these parts here. I'm coming. Let me take it down here just for reference. So equals to count. And the range you want to make use of just this, and then come up here, comma, and then so what I'm trying to look for is C. So let's, I think it's because it's capital letter C. Let's capital letter C for this. So capital letter C, then put in my asterisk, and then so I want to get the one that starts with every letter there. The first letter there is going to be C. So close the quote and then close bracket and enter. It's showing 0. Why is this showing 0? Why is this showing 0? No, let me use let me use this. Let me use here. Let's see. So the range I want to select is this down to this. Then my criteria is wildcard C lyrics equals to 0. Same thing. It's giving us the same thing. It's giving us 0, 0, 0. Yeah. So this sheet is giving us 0, then this one. Let me try this one. Yeah. Same thing. What's wrong with this thing? Look in here. We only have 3 here. Same thing. R. Change this to 1. Why is it not working in the other side? You know what? Let me copy this name. I want to check if it's from this name. I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to paste it here. Paste it here. So, oh, that name is a formula. Formula on this. Let's use this one. Let's try this here. What's to pounds? Okay. I'm coming. Let me make this wide. What's to pounds? Yeah. And my range. 1. So C. Search. Still not working. Okay, no. Let me change this to why am I not sure this and not this? Ah, He's working for this one.
So what's the problem?
From this data that we're copying is from. I think it's from the data. I know maybe this one maybe because of the formula, but I don't know. I think it's from the data because I'm right. Okay, let me write the same name. I'm going to write the same name. Then if it works, then it's definitely from the data. So let me write the same name. Okay. Yeah, let me just say it was to. It was to question one. So it was to count. Count. It's working now. So I think it's on that data that I'm copying from that side. So I have the same name and same name I had from here. So it's still giving me. I had the same name that I had there in this part, and it's working. But now I just copied it. I don't copy it. I just the same name, just wrote it down in this part. So I think it's from that data that I have there.
Okay. So what kind of name is that? Is it like because it's a formula name or what? I don't know.
I don't think that should be the issue. Maybe it's from the data itself. I don't think that should be the issue. Because now in this part, there's no formula at all. There's no formula here. This is just normal name. So this is just normal name. This is the like full name, some of the full name then. This is the first name and the last name. Do we get that? So this is just normal name. Yeah, it's not. This is one that has formula in it. This one has formula. You can see if you looked up to it. So I guess, but this one it has the normal name. So I don't know why the text was given an issue. Maybe from the sheet, issue from the sheet or something. But the thing there is, it also works. So you see that the other one worked. Yeah, I think this one, if you put it as like anywhere the text this thing shows, some of them is gonna be counted. Not all. The one in front is not gonna count, but some of them is gonna count. I think. Let's say equals to count if there's S anywhere C anywhere in this. Yeah. I'm gonna control this arrow. Then come up, then okay, there it is. So now I want to get the one in, okay, let's say I want to get E, anywhere E is. So I need to count anyone that contains E. Anywhere it has to be, just has to have E inside. So this one means anywhere that has E, any text that has E inside. It doesn't matter where the E is, if it's in the front, in between, anywhere, you should count it. Like I said. Yes. You see, this one is working. I have 162. So that works. Let's say. But if I just change it to just stop working. You know, because of time, I'm going to go through the data again, then I'll find out the real issue why it's not working. I don't really know why it's not working now. So I'll find out the real issue why this one is not working here. Then I'm going to tell you that in the next class. Basically, it's from this data. So I just need to know the issue in this data, why it's not working. Because if you go to our own data now and put it, it's going to work. I get what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm with you. Absolutely, I'm with you.
Okay, I'm going to do that. So the next we have is count ifs. So when you have is count ifs, let's say now we want to count a particular this that makes this different stuff. Let's say we want to count the person that his name is let me use another. Let's count. Want to count someone that is name. The name is Charles. Charles and is a male. Or want to count Charles. How many times Charles ordered from us in a particular date? Do you get it?
Yes.
Want to know how many times Charles ordered from us in a particular date? So I it. From in a day, how many times did Charles ask for bought from us? For example, let's say we want to know in 2020. Okay, this date is okay. It's already settled here. You don't need to do that one. It's already settled because in every day it just gives you the local listing. Okay, let's do. How many people are their name Charles in this sheet and they are also a male or female? Or how many people is their name a particular listing and it means I'm trying to look for it. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. Let's use name and product. How many
There's no product on this one. Okay, there's product one.
Quantity that's what quantity that's what I want to. Quantity. Okay. Come here. I'm trying to look for a but let's say I want to know how many times Charles bought product one. You know, he bought product one. So how many times did Charles buy product one? Do you understand? So this Charles from the name and this product. You want to know how many times Charles bought product one? Do you get it? You understand?
Yes, I'm with you.
No, you know that to do that now, that's two criteria, not just one again. You're trying to get two criteria.
Yes.
Two criteria. So he has
that's
to
why
Charles and he has to be buying product one. So you want to know how many times he bought product one. Do you get that? So
yes,
count ifs. Click this now. You see that count is now is giving us criteria range one. You have another criteria range two. So I getting it. So what we do is let the range, which is Charles. So let the range here. Then in this range, comma, what is the first criteria I want to get? So the criteria is there has to be I'm going to use wildcard. So it has to be Charles. There has to be Charles in the name. So Charles in the name there. Then close this. And then that's criteria one done. Comma, you have criteria two range two. So you're getting it? Yeah. So now what we want to do, I want to know how many and product one needs to be product one too. So how many product one did Charles buy? So comma now, select the range you want to get the product one from is this one. So from the product range, select this rather than arrow. We are not getting another range for the next criteria I want to get. So I getting it. Yes, I getting it. So this which is from the product. Then what is the criteria I want to get from this product now? I want to get product one. I getting it. So
yes.
Product one. Then close bracket and enter. We have one. So Charles bought product one just once in this our whole data now. Do you get it?
Yes.
You that Charles comes out just once. So Charles comes out more than once. Check that. I think they say we talk about when how many times. Oh, let's just do it. If count if we are trying to use count if because we just want to know how many Charles, how many times Charles comes out. So count is so that's the whole range I want to make use of, which is this. Then I want to come here. I want to be using the wildcard. Charles, I want to get Charles. Sorry. The mistake there. Charles. Then close wildcard and close quote sign, close bracket, and then enter. So we have four Charles. Charles comes out 4 times. Or Charles bought product one. The reason why it's showing us one is Charles bought it means Charles there buys product one only once. But Charles bought more than one product. He bought product one, maybe another product two, product. So I get it. But
Yes.
for product one, he bought it just once. Do you get it, man?
Yes, yes.
That's the counting. So you want to get more than one criteria for it to work with. So Charles bought product one just once. So you can say Charles bought how many products did Charles, how many products one did Charles bought that is over 23? You can also do that.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Network went off.
How many products one did Charles buy that is over 23?
Yes.
You get it? So for this one is going to give us one because Charles bought only one product one and is over 23. The one he bought is over 23. I get it? You can see the same thing. Yes. There's a room for you to do more than one criteria. So I come there, I remove my brackets and put comma. Takes me to another criteria, which is criteria 3. Are you getting it?
Okay.
The range I want to make use of. Control G down arrow. This is the range I want to make use of. Come up and say, comma. Then what do I want it to be there? So I want it to be greater than 20. Close bracket, enter and enter. I have 1. So if I say lesser than 20, I should have 0. Because we just have one this in there. I have 0 because there's none that is greater than 20 that I bought that is product 1.
Yes.
Meet that 3 criteria that I are giving it to it. So now you know that's not just 1 or 3, you can do 4, 5 criteria. So I get it.
Okay.
You have to meet all of them before it gives you before it makes a count.
All right.
Yeah. That's it. Hope you understand that.
Yes, I understand perfectly.
Okay. So no question before I give you your assignments. No question.
Yes, I have a question, but it's not for today. You know that day you taught me conditional formatting, right?
Yeah.
Where you say I can write my new rule.
Yes.
And you try to you highlighted the cells you wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
And then it came up with some $sign.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, I tried to do my own, but the thing there, it was the conditional formatting. I tried to do my own, but the thing was not, it's not showing the range of cells in that my new rule box. I don't know why, because I'm not highlighting it very well.
Okay.
Do you understand? I was going to ask you, I didn't want to interrupt. I wanted to ask you, how are you able to, select your selected file? Is it with your Control-Shift-Down key?
Yeah, Control-Shift-Down key will do it for you too. But now that Control-Shift-Down key, you have to be okay. You are already in that distance. What you need to do is just let me go to that. I use this one. So let's say I want to do. I'll use my formula for greater than. So I'll do control. First of all, highlight the one I want to use. I want to highlight the one I want to use for the new rule.
What do you use to highlight this one now? Is it not your
Control-Shift-Down arrow? That's just it. So Control-Shift, be in the first one that you want to start from, which is this one. Then press Control-Shift and down. After selecting that, now you are done. Then come to conditional formatting and come to your new rule. Want to use formula to determine which cell to format. So that's all. So now come here. Want to select your what you want to range you want to use, which is this. Yeah.
So this is where I'm having the problem now. Sorry.
You can do it like this. It's not much that you can do it like this. Let me come back. I want to remove this.
Please just go back again. How did you get to this box, this new formatting rule?
Yeah. So what I did is after selecting this one now, come to formatting, new rule. New rule. Then use a formula to determine which cell to highlight to format. This one down. One. On this thing here, you can see my this last one.
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
And come here, this box here. You see this box here? Format values where this formula is true.
Yes.
So the formula, we're going to add the formula I want to use here now. I want to say
yes.
Now what I want to do is I want it to be greater than 20. Like I said, so I'm going to select the range I want to use. I'm going to use range. So come here, So you can use now for you to make a better selection. Just click on this. This is always good. Just
So you click that arrow now. That arrow
yeah,
that was
just click on that. You can also select it like this yourself. But because we want to use that control shift down arrow, select this now. Just click on this one here. Then click on the first one and control shift down arrow to select it for you again.
okay.
You get it now?
Okay, so if I don't want to do it like this, what is the other way you say I can do it?
Yeah, you select it yourself.
Okay, okay.
Just come on top, drag down, you select it yourself.
You know, but if it's a very long, if the data is plenty.
And that's where you use the control shift down arrow. Just go down directly. You don't need to be going down by yourself. You get?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay,
now,
that's
then
then
that.
you now remove the dollar this
Dollar
thing,
sign.
right?
Yeah, remove the dollar sign.
Okay, when you remove the dollar sign,
I'm coming to remove this dollar sign. And this one. This one. And now I want to say greater than. So I want it to be greater than 20. So greater than 20.
yeah.
Greater than 20 should be formatted. So now after that, just give it the formatting I want to be given to format.
Wait, so when you finish that, it just comes automatically to this place, or is there something you click?
Yeah, you click on OK first. But now, first of all, we need to add the formatting. Like I said, so when it gets to that place, we want to give it a particular formatting.
So where did you click now? That's what I didn't see.
Okay, let me click on it. So now for me to give it them, this is not the formula. It's going to meet this formula here.
When you finish writing that formula, did it just disappear, or there's something you click that brought it back here?
Okay, after writing it here, right?
What did you now click?
Just
the
click
down
down
one.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Then come to this format here. So we want to give it the
Okay.
format going to be applied if that is true. So I guess it. Click
Okay.
on, click on format we want.
Okay.
Want to add border. Click on outline border. Click on OK, and then click on OK here. So have them. And then
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So that's for this one. Then he taught me something about the filter, this thing, just the filter, and he said he gave me an assignment where I should get the names of people that start with A, L, and S. Now, when you click and you go to the filter this thing, can you help me do that? You click on, let's say, this name, for instance, this customer name, right?
Yeah.
Click on that for customer name. Then you go to filter. I want to ask you something.
So to do that, just go to select. You have to add the filter first. Like I said, sorry.
Yes, I understand all this part, but I want to show you something. Just highlight everything and go to the filter. I want to show you something.
Filter is here. Don't add filter. Filter is already there.
So drop down. So he said text filters. Text filter. Go to text filters.
Yeah.
And he now say begins with. Go to begins with.
Okay.
Okay, so here it's only like 2 conditions, right? So the assignment he gave me, he asked me to get a customer name that starts with A, L, and S. Now the third one, where will I put the third one?
So you say,
if I write begins with S or begins with L, where will I put the remaining S?
Now you say begins with
A, L, and S.
A. Okay, you can do something like this. A, then the next one. Which one again?
L.
L.
Yeah.
Comma. Then which one?
S. See, that's what happened to me. So it didn't recognize that comma S. But if you remove that comma S, it will give you A and L. But it will not recognize that comma S. So that's what I wanted to ask him today, but he's not around. So I said I will ask you.
Okay.
But if you go now and scroll down and put the other one, begins with L, and you put OK, it will give you names with A and L. But the third condition of the S, it doesn't recognize it, except you do it separately. Do you understand what my question?
Okay.
So what I'm just thinking is maybe it doesn't allow for more than 2 conditions. But I'm thinking maybe there's somewhere around it.
Okay.
No, you've passed it. Begins with, just like the up one.
I see this here.
But
this begins with will not work with it though. It's just these 2 criteria.
If you say begins with A or begins with L,
you're
supposed to bring it now.
It begins with just two this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just 2 because it works with and or. That's basically what it's going to work with. Then we have to use and or. That's basically it.
So it's just 2 conditions that it can give. It can't go beyond 2 conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's a way it bypasses that. But for this formula like here is and or. That's basically what it's giving you there.
But what I'm thinking is, there not a place you can customize your own condition where you just write everything?
Now there's another thing I can use to get that one I'm talking about. This filter now, I cannot. That's why I'm basically this filter. Maybe there's a sign that you put that gives you that you can put on. That's why I put the comma. It's not working.
Well, this particular filter is just 2. It can't go beyond 2. That's what I want to understand. All right.
It's giving you 2 here.
Right. Okay. Clear.
Okay. Any other question?
No.
Okay.
I will go back and try that conditional this thing again to see if I can get it on my own.
All right, no problem. So let me give assignments. No, let me just type the assignment and send it to you so that I can send it to you.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that with the recording too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So see you in the next class. Maybe it might be the one in the next class to not miss.
No wahala.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Have a great weekend. Yeah.
Okay.